and apparently the horse birth, was the most descriptive content in the entire book.
Must we start with equine midwifery? Can we at least pretend this is a literary discussion show for 30 seconds?
Pretending is for people who didn't just read about a mer horse squeezing out a foal in graphic detail, while the main character awkwardly offers it jam. Was it jam? It's always jam.
It's The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst, a novel exploring themes of refuge, community, and finding magic in the mundane.
Mundane. Her best friend is a potted plant. A sassy, talking, possibly murderous spider plant named Kaz. If that's mundane, my life is a beige tapestry. And speaking of tapestries, remember when you tried to argue Moby Dick was actually about sentient wallpaper?
It was a nuanced argument about obsessive patterns. Unlike your theory that Ahab was just hangry, can we focus Kiela, the protagonist, a librarian fleeing a vaguely fascist regime?
Oh, Kiela. Bless her prickly little heart. She's like my aunt. Mildred, if Aunt Mildred ran an illegal magic shop instead of just judging everyone's curtains. She hates people, but constantly needs help from the one guy on the island who isn't, a talking cactus.
She's an introvert, possibly neurodivergent, processing trauma. It's not about hating people, it's about social exhaustion. She's built walls.
Walls. She's built a fortress with a moat full of awkward pauses. This Lauren guy, the Merhurst farmer, who, by the way, someone described as the man equivalent of a horse. Girl. Whatever that means. Literally builds her bookshelves. Practically begs to help her illegal jam/spell business. And she treats him like he's trying to sell her an extended warranty.
He is rather persistent, perhaps bordering on overly available, but he represents the community Kiela is hesitant to embrace, unlike Kaz the spider plant.
Yes, Kaz. Finally, a character with some chlorophyll. He's the sassy gay best friend trope, but potted. I want one. Although, one review did call him low-key murderous. Should we be worried? Is he going to strangle someone with a vine while whispering sarcastic bon mots?
I highly doubt the sentient plant is homicidal. It's likely referring to his sharp wit. He provides necessary levity and acts as Kiela's conscience, albeit a sarcastic one, unlike Meep the cactus, who apparently just yells meep and impales tomatoes.
See. Even the produce is more interesting than Kiela. Is she relatable? Some people think so. Are these people okay? Do they also communicate primarily through passive, aggressive jam making?
Relatability is subjective. Perhaps her struggles resonate with readers who feel overwhelmed or socially anxious. But the larger question remains, is the spell shop actually any good?
Good. It's marketed as romantasy, but the romance has the heat of a forgotten cup of tea. Reviewers were furious. They came for smooching. They got detailed descriptions of jam preservation. And the stakes. Oh, the terrifyingly low stakes. A library burns down off screen. The big bad revolution feels like background noise at a garden party.
It's cozy fantasy. The appeal lies in the comfort, the found family, the charming magical creatures, winged cats, cloud bears.
Cozy or comatose. People were dropping this book faster than a hot potato. DNF at 42%. I am bored. That's not cozy. That's a cry for help. It's Animal Crossing if Tom Nook was replaced by a slightly grumpy librarian and Isabel was a houseplant.
The Animal Crossing comparison is apt, capturing the gentle pacing and focus on community building. Some readers find that deeply soothing. One reviewer called it one of the best reading experiences of the year, enjoyed with cinnamon rolls in a Danish cottage. Context is key.
Okay. Sure. If you drug yourself with Haaget and pastries. Maybe. But what about the unhinged reviews? My favorite. She's literally blue. Everyone's gay. And the MMC is the man equivalent of a horse. Girl. Where was that book? Did I get a defective copy? Was Kiela secretly an avatar?
I suspect that reviewer might have been sampling Kiela's special jam ingredients. The world building is pleasant, if a bit convenient. Kiela needs a thing. The thing appears Lara needs a personality beyond nice. He builds another shelf.
He's Wreck. It Ralph. Someone pictured him as Wreck. It Ralph. Big. Handy, slightly clueless. Probably smells faintly of sawdust and merhorse feed. And Kiela is Vanellope von Schweetz. But glitching with social anxiety instead of, actual glitches.
That is an image I will now struggle to erase. The point is, the book delivers exactly what it promises. Low stakes, high comfort, a sentient plant psychic. It's literary chamomile tea.
Chamomile tea that some people apparently spit out halfway through. Okay. Rating time. What's the verdict?
It achieves its cozy aims despite the narrative inertia. For Kaz alone it warrants some merit. I give it 5 out of 9 slightly overdue library books.
Inertia is right. Kaz carries the whole operation. Kiela is just the moody pot he happens to be sitting in. I'm giving it 2 out of 5 existential crises solved by raspberry jam. It's fine. Whatever. Just don't expect fireworks. Or romance. Or a plot, really.
Right. Well, that was illuminating.
Next week, listeners, get ready. We're diving into the controversial self-published manifesto. My toaster. My lover. An appliance-based romance.
That is absolutely not what we are doing. It's probably not even a real book.
You keep saying that. Prove it. Until next time. You've been listening to Heart Book Radio.